I am making my ultimate chocolate pie recipe. This is my mom's recipe in our Dining on a Dime cookbook. Now, I've already started using Hershey's Kisses. Now, mom's recipe calls for 1 8-ounce Hershey's candy bar with almonds. My family doesn't like nuts, so I am using just plain Hershey's. These are the hot cocoa Hershey's that I got for 40 cents on clearance after Christmas last year, so I'm just using these up, but you can use any kind of chocolate. You could use 8 ounces of chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips, any variety, Nestle's, Ghirardelli, Hershey's, whatever kind you want, but you just need 8 ounces. Now, 1 bag of Hershey's Kisses is 9 ounces, so what I would do in that case is use the whole bag and eat like 4 of them, because, you know, that's just how I roll. Okay, now also I am making this in the microwave instead of on the stovetop, because this recipe was written before microwaves. So I'm doing the super easy way, and we are going to microwave this. Okay, we're gonna get all our Hershey's in here, then I'll show you what to do next. All right, I am going to take my cream and put it in there. Now I have just a titch more chocolate because I had a few from another bag, so I just threw them all in there and added an extra tablespoon of cream. So this is not rocket science, people. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the microwave. We are going to give you our Dining on a Dime cookbook ebook, volume number 1, free at livingonadime.com. Click on our shop, click on our ebooks, click on Dining on a Dime Volume 1, add it to your cart. When you go to checkout, use the coupon code DINING1, and you will get our ebook absolutely free with no obligation and no strings attached. Visit us at livingonadime.com. My ever wonderful hubby was cleaning the microwave for me. Thank you, dear. Okay, we're gonna put this in the microwave and do 30-second increments and stirring in between. You stir in between so that your chocolate doesn't burn. Okay, we're getting close. Okay. Now this is not melted all the way, but my microwave bowl, this is my favorite microwave bowl, I'll link it down below, is getting really warm, so I don't want to burn my chocolate. So I'm gonna let just the residual heat finish melting my chocolate first. And this will take maybe a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, I don't know, not too long. Now if you want, you can add walnuts, pecans, almonds in here. If you like nuts in your family, you could do toffee bits. You could do pretty much anything you want in your chocolate pie. Make it mint if you want. Ooh, that would be yummy. All right, we're getting this all melted first, and then we're gonna put in our marshmallow.
So will the marshmallow make it less liquidy?
Mm-hmm. Are you concerned that your chocolate pie is going to be chocolate cocoa instead, with graham cracker pie crust bits in it?
I was wondering.
See, that's how we would say that, wouldn't we?
Yep.
See, because there is no food that has failed. It is only how can we remake it into something else.
It's only accidental ice cream topping.
It's only accidental ice cream topping, yes. How many times did I put, if it doesn't work, you can make it ice cream topping in my cookbook, right here. I use that all the time, especially for no-bake cookies. Okay.
Oh man, no-bake cookies make great ice cream topping.
All right, I'm pretty much there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my marshmallows, and I may need to microwave it again to get the marshmallows all softened. We'll see if the heat from the chocolate is enough to go ahead and melt my marshmallows.
Would this be a good way to use the dried up marshmallows? Like if your bag dried out?
It should, yeah. I would think it would be a good way to use it. Ours are getting pretty... I bought them last year because I was making all these marshmallow recipes and ended up... the store ran out of marshmallows. So I had to... So I stocked up when they were in stock one day, and then I ended up not using them all. So yes, that would be a good way. You can see they're starting to get melted. But my bowl's cooling off, so I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. Alright, I got it all warmed up again. This recipe is in my Dime Cookbook Volume 1 on page 312. And my bowl is still hot, so I'm just waiting for the heat to melt my marshmallows. Gotta be patient.
How long has it been so far?
It's only been like 4 minutes, but it feels like 20. This is something to have the kids do. Just have them stir it until it gets all melted.
And they have a lot of energy and you don't?
Yeah, you don't have to keep stirring it. I'm just doing it just to keep it moving along, but...
If you just left it there, would it melt fairly sufficiently?
Yeah, you might have to warm it up one more time or two, but you don't want it to get too hot because you'll burn your chocolate. And I can feel my bowl is still pretty hot. So just out of curiosity, how hot is my bowl? It is 120. So it's pretty warm still.
But if you want it a lot warmer, you can stick it on your car in Arizona.
This is true, but we're in Wyoming, so that's a bit of a problem.
Nice.
Okay, we're almost there. Now, this takes a while because my marshmallows are half dried out, not totally dried out. So I'm just letting the heat soften them up and dry out real quick. So I'm not just stirring the whole time. Yeah. Can I be lazy?
No, that's not lazy. That's smart.
Is that saving my energy?
It is.
Okay, now I probably wouldn't use dried marshmallows for this. It took forever for the dried out marshmallows to get dissolved. But, I mean, if you have dried out marshmallows and you got kids that are willing to microwave stir, and you don't have to, just put a pan on top and let the residual heat stay in and melt your marshmallows. That's a good way to do it. If I was smart, I would have done that in the first place, but...
You're smart. You're just the crash test dummy for everybody else.
I am. Yes, you're right. That is the example of my life. I am the crash test dummy. I am, what is the phrase we always use? I am the warning for others.
You crash until you get it right, and then you tell them how to do it right.
Yes, I am the warning of what not to do for others. The chocolate pie is getting on my nerves. The last little marshmallows are not melting.
So in retrospect, you think you should have just nuked it and then let it sit for a while covered up?
Yes.
After you stirred it?
And let all the marshmallows soften.
And keep doing that?
Yeah.
Probably would have taken 3 times instead of 14 times.
Yes, but I did have semi-dry marshmallows, so don't use semi-dry marshmallows. I mean, you can if you just want to do it that way, but use them up, but...
But if you nuked it and set it aside, it would.
Yeah.
Stirred it and set it aside, it would.
It
would. A lot less frustrating.
Yeah, it would have melted the marshmallows. It's just because I used dried marshmallows. But it's just getting the last little bit. Because see, the marshmallows, if you don't get the marshmallows all melted, they float to the top, see? And you don't want marshmallows floating on top of your, well, unless you want marshmallows. I mean, you could leave the marshmallows and add almonds and make it Rocky Road. Not Rocky Road? Yeah, that's Rocky Road, right? I can't remember. Okay, now I think, are we there? Nope, there's one. Okay, are we there? Any more marshmallows coming up? Yep, right there. Oh, turds. Okay, so now I didn't get all of I had this little bit in my jar dust, so don't waste these little bits. You know, I mean, there's 2 bites or 1 bite of.
Yes. Don't waste them unless you need comments on the video.
Well, I was going to say, that's what's funny about it is actually I'm very frugal, but I left a little bit of cake mix in one of my top videos. Because everybody had their knickers in a knot. They were commenting, "Oh, you're being so wasteful." So I wasted 10 cents of batter, and I made thousands of dollars on that video for wasting 10 cents of batter because everybody got their knickers in a bunch. So see who's the dumb one now. Okay, now here's my pie crust. I just did. Now you can make a homemade pie crust if you want. Dining on a Dime Volume 1 is where the graham cracker pie crust is. Our graham cracker pie crust is in Dining on a Dime Volume 1 on page 308. But get those last little marshmallows that are floating. Teensy, teensy, tiny marshmallows. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna fill our pie. Ooh. They're shrinking the pies, I think. Are they shrinking the crusts? I think they're shrinking the crust. Oh dear.
No.
Are you gonna have to eat? Oh, this is the extra. No, this is the extra little bit that I put in because I had the extra chocolate chips. But is that gonna sadden you to eat this little bit?
Probably. I'll be terribly sad.
I bet you will. All right, so we're gonna stick this in the fridge and let it set up. I don't know, is this enough to?
Sure, we can use it for something.
Like eating it? Yum. Okay, for all you pie scrapers out there hollering at me, let me know if I get this scraped out good enough.
But you have to comment and say that's amazingly scraped out, or else we're gonna have to leave a little in the next time.
You think they'll do that? If it disturbs you to not have the bowl completely scraped out, comment. If you're like, Tara, I leave half of it in the bowl and I'm okay with that, comment that too. Okay, is that scraped out good enough? Probably not.
You can lick it out if you want.
Gotta lick this. You want to lick out the bowl? Here, I'll taste test. Oh my goodness. Your wife is a good cook.
I know.
Yum. For homemade pie crust, have my flour in here, my sugar, and then I've got my salt. How much salt? Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna take my dry ingredients and mix them all up. Then I'm going to take my shortening. Now, if you need an easy way to measure shortening, oh my, I hope I have enough shortening. Oh no. Put water in and drop your shortening in, because water and oil don't mix. Your shortening will float, and to get up to the amount that you need, just keep going. Oh dear, I don't have enough shortening.
How much more do you need?
About double what I have. Okay, so I've got just about a half a cup of shortening there.
Put a cup and a half of water in?
No.
Do you need me to go downstairs and look?
All right, this is why I have a stockpile room. Thank you, dear, for running downstairs to get it.
You're welcome.
Okay, got 1 cup there.
So you have 1 cup of water and you're adding.
So now I need a 1/4 cup. So there we go. All right, now here's what you do. You just take and just gently squeeze your shortening through your flour mixture. And you're gonna get it to a crumble. Now, I get this question every single year. Can I use butter? You are welcome to use butter or margarine if you want. Did I say the nasty word, margarine? But, or a forbidden word, a curse word. But your pie crust will not be the same. This is a perfect fluffy pie crust if you use the shortening. If you don't use the shortening, it's not going to be a nice flaky pie crust. So it's up to you. If you want to use butter, you may, but it will not turn out the same, okay? So that's just totally up to you. Now you want all the big chunks of shortening mixed in so it looks like cornmeal. And we're getting there. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands briefly just so I don't get dough all over everything. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 307. Okay, now I store my vinegar for baking down there because I use it a lot because I'm gluten-free. But I'm putting in my vinegar and then my water. Now I'm in a dry climate, so I use just a little bit more water. Kind of put your water all over the place. Yeah, the humidity does affect your baking, guys. So like if you live in a humid climate, you won't need as much water as if I'm here in Wyoming, where it's nice and beautifully dry, and we like it that way. Okay, then I'm gonna get my egg, and I'm just gonna get this all kind of stirred in. Just go with the hands, good grief. Just get it all mixed in.
You're all vintage on us with the hands.
I am. How many minutes am I gonna get on that? Okay, so now I've got it kind of in a ball, and I'm gonna get that egg finished mixing in. So I'm gonna knead it. And you don't want too much flour, okay? If you do too much flour, it'll make it all stiff and it won't be a nice flaky pie crust, okay? So I'm just getting that egg all mixed in. And just a little bit of flour. All right, there we go. Looks good. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're going to sprinkle out your dough. And I love my scraper. I can't cook without it. I absolutely love it. Okay, now you want your dough ball to be sort of even, and you're gonna divide it into thirds because we're making 3 pie crusts, okay? So the first one is gonna be for my pumpkin. All right, the recipe makes 3 pie crusts, so basically it's 1 cup of sugar for each, cup of sugar, 1 cup of flour for each pie crust. So then if you need to make 4 pie crusts, just add another extra cup of sugar and a couple more teaspoons or tablespoons of water and shortening. That's how you know if you need to extend it, okay? All right, so I'm gonna try and get this all rolled out, just like so. Okay, now I am not a beautiful pie crust maker. I am a it tastes good pie crust maker.
You're a beautiful maker of pie crusts.
Aw, thanks. You love me?
Yep.
So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take and you're gonna loosen your pie crust. And we're gonna go fold it over, and then we're gonna fold it over, just like so. We're gonna take our pie crust. I should have measured and to see if it actually fit. I didn't. I forgot. I was just guesstimating. And then we're going to very carefully put our pie crust in and get it all worked around the edges. All right, then just fill in if you've got little holes, just fill it in. And then if you want to make it pretty, you can just go and pinch each of the edges like so together. If you need, just take a little bit of pie crust and add it on there. Like I said, I'm not a pretty pie crust maker. I'm just a good tasting pie crust maker.
Well, they usually look pretty when you're done.
Now, I will tell you, I hate pie crust, but I will eat my mom's pie crust recipe. This is my mom's pie crust recipe she's used. It's got that secret ingredient, the vinegar. If you're not making pie crust with your vinegar, I don't want to eat your pie crust. Sorry. Because I know it'll be nasty. That vinegar and shortening, that is what makes the pie crust delicious.
Does the vinegar impact the taste or just the texture?
Yeah, it does both. Texture and the taste both. All right, now for a pumpkin pie, we're gonna go ahead and throw this in the oven and pre-bake it for just a couple of minutes. All right, I'm pre-baking my pumpkin pie crust for 5 minutes. Or 6. Now for my apple pie, I am going to roll out my first crust. Now, guys, actually making pies is not that difficult. Just practice. I mean, just make one pie a week, all through the holidays. And even if it's ugly, it will probably taste good. So don't panic if they don't look that great. But between now and Thanksgiving, just make several pies. Now, like I said, I'm not a perfection pie maker. I know I should be. I'm a cookbook author and everybody's gonna criticize me for not, but you know what? It doesn't really matter, guys. It really doesn't matter.
It tastes amazing.
Okay, so now I'm gonna measure my pie, or my pie crust, to see how it makes it all the way around with a little bit of leftover. So I know I've got it big enough, so we're going to bring it up. Set it in 1/4 of my pie plate, bring it over, and bring it over. See? It's not that big of a deal, is it? Okay.
I've never seen an ugly pie from you.
You haven't?
No.
That's because I changed the name to Rustic. So if you change the name to Rustic, then hey, even if it's ugly, it's still rustic.
If they didn't think it looked pretty enough, then they could just put a blob of ice cream or Cool Whip or something on the...
Yes, they could. Yes. To make my apple pie, I'm not going to wash this, but I am just going to scrape the large bits of pie crust out. There. Okay, now I don't need to wash it. All right, now for my apples. If your apples come in a bag, lay your bag down, but I forgot and took my bag out. But here's how you peel your apples. This little jobby, I only use it a couple of times a year, but I absolutely love it. It's so fun. And look at how fast you crank out those apples. Woo! All right, so then we're gonna put our apples as we cut them in half and put them in our bowl as we peel them. you got any bad parts, just cut them off. So here's a little tip. What you can do is you can dehydrate these and then put them in potpourri to boil on the stove. And the skins, you can dehydrate those 170 degrees in the oven for a couple of hours, and then you have an apple snack.
Yum.
And that recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook. It's the whole apple, but you could just use the peels. And then you could also put it in your tea, which would be really delicious. So, I'll show you how to dehydrate these real quick, and then you can have them for a snack. If you don't want to dehydrate them, look how nice and neat that is. Isn't that neat?
Yep.
All I do is just pour my apples on. Now, these are going to shrink up. So what I'm going to do is come in and every few minutes, kind of toss them around as they shrink up. Okay, so we're going to put this in the oven and let them dehydrate. Just to make sure that we don't have any hard apple pieces that don't get cooked in the center, I'm going to cook this in 30-second increments. So cook it 30 seconds, stir it, and then cook it another 30 seconds in the microwave just to give the apples a heads up on cooking. I think I'm going to do mine for 2 minutes. All right, just to give my apples a head start, I did 2 minutes. This recipe is in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 309. You can see this is my mom's recipe card with my grandma's apple pie recipe on there. Okay, now, Grandma's recipe doesn't call for lemon juice, but I use lemon juice. I love these little packets right here because I don't have to keep lemons on hand all the time. And just put it in there and dissolve my lemon in just a titch of water, maybe 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon. See how it's getting all dissolved. Okay, then I'm gonna add that to my apples so that my apples don't brown so much, and get that mixed in. All right, now we've got our sugar. And our brown sugar. And our salt. Then all of our spices. And just a titch of flour. This helps all the juices to get soaked up and thickened in your pie. And then we're just going to mix this really well. Oh, yum. Can you smell all that yummy apple goodness, dear?
Yes, smells amazing.
Now I've got my pie crust, and I'm going to put, yum. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. I love Grandma's apple pie. Can I call it my apple pie now after 30 years of making it too?
It's pretty amazing.
You did not see me just sneak that apple, did you?
No.
Okay, now our pie crust for the top.
So this is the same pie your mom makes?
Uh-huh. Yep.
I didn't know it was grandma's.
Yep. When do they stop being grandma and mom's recipes, and when do they become mine? That's the question of the world, right? Okay. Now, of course, my fancy top that needs to be looking nicer is not getting rounded. But you know what? We just go rustic, right, dear?
Yep. Rustic looks amazing.
Okay. So. Okay. Our pie. I'm going to take our crust. Oops. Put it over the top. Okay. Then I'm going to get the edges. All done. Now if you have a little piece that's missing right there, just fill it in. Just take your fingers and pinch. See, pinch. Oops. Pinch. And pinch. A little bit of crust if you need to. Now, for these pies, I have a freezer apple pie filling in Dining on a Dime Volume 1. If you want to save on apple pies, you can pick apples. Here in Wyoming, we have a ton. And I just make up a whole bunch of freezer apple pie filling and then just use it for my apple pies. And then I have free apple pie filling. All right, so that is a tip for saving on apples. You can do that in September and October, and then you're saving your pie. Okay, so now I have enough holes for the steam to come out just because my pie crust is rustic. But let me just show you, if you happen to make a perfect one, I am cutting an initial. There we go. We have our family last name on there. Is that all cool, dear?
Yep.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle the top with a little bit of sugar. All right. We are going to bake this baby. Okay, now for your leftover pie crust, what I do is, because I didn't have 10-inch pies, I had 8 and 9. Here's what you can do. Roll out your pie crust. And this is what Mom used to always do. And my brother and I would eat it. Okay, so just take your leftover pie crust, put it here on your baking sheet, your cookie sheet, and then sprinkle it with cinnamon and sugar, and we are going to bake this and the kids can have a snack today. Yum. All right, I do this every darn tootin' year. I forget to put my butter in my apple pie on the top. And it really does make it super, super, super delicious. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my butter into slivers. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and push it in my pie as much as I can. Slide it in over there. Every single year I do this. And I had the butter sitting right here to remind myself not to forget this year. And did I forget? I forgot. But see, that's why people love me, because I adapt and overcome. That's why I am a world famous cookbook author. Notice I said world famous cookbook author, not world famous cook.
Cooking for the real people.
There you go. Real life cooking. Okay, just kind of shoving it all in there because the butter really does make it taste delicious. Okay, so now we're gonna put one there.
Do you need to grab a couple
One there, right there. Okay, so now, where did my rustic top just got blown to bits?
You want to grab a couple pieces out of
Yeah.
the oven before they bake?
Okay, so got my crust here, and what I'm gonna do is, because I already have my cinnamon and sugar on it, I'm gonna turn it upside down. See what I did there?
Yeah.
And then
Don't worry about putting the initial on the top.
nope. So the initial is gone now, and just sprinkle a little bit more.
Do you have to squeeze in between to get it to press that piece on, or will it just
No,
bake?
it'll
in?
just bake. It'll just bake. And this is why my pie is rustic every year. Okay, let's put this thing in the oven before I mess up anything else. Here's my cinnamon sugar leftover pie crust. All right, making pumpkin pie. Grandma's pumpkin pie recipe. She probably got it off the back of the pie, pumpkin can. You want to take your evaporated milk and make sure you shake it well. See, it says shake well. Why? Because it separates and goes to the bottom. So, all right, here's a little money-saving tip. Buy your pumpkin at the end of Thanksgiving or Christmas the year before. 50 cents a can is what I got it for. And then just stock up for as much as you think you'll need the next year, because it's good. Like, I just bought this and it is good until 2029. So don't be afraid that if you keep pumpkin for a year. That's how I save money on my Thanksgiving dinner. And then the same thing with my evaporated milk. I got a whole case of this, 50 cents, 2 days after Christmas. So I stocked up this. I mean, canned goods, guys, last forever. So years, we're talking 10 years. So this is a great way to save money. This pumpkin pie recipe is in my Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 318. Right there, that's Grandma's recipe. She probably got it off the back of the pumpkin pie, or off the pumpkin can.
Probably.
All right, I got my sugar. And my salt. And my eggs. Here's another tip. If you tap your eggs on the counter instead of the side of your bowl, then you won't get shells in your stuff. And my cinnamon. And ginger. And my cloves. And my evaporated milk is in there. All right, we got it all in there. Now we're just gonna mix all this up. You can use the mixer if you want. I don't feel like dragging out the mixer because you don't really need to. My pie crust is pre-baked for 5 minutes. I'm going to pour in my filling. Recipe is in. All these recipes are in the description below. Oh, I love pumpkin pie. Now, you're gonna start it at the higher temperature, let it cook for 15 minutes, and then turn it down lower. Okay, here's another tip. I got this stuffing for 50 cents a box after Thanksgiving last year, so now I don't even have to dry out bread. So I'm just gonna use the box stuffing, but I'm gonna make homemade stuffing out of the box. So this is another tip. Now I'm using this one because I just need to use it up, but I don't know if this is gonna be enough, so I'll probably add some from this. But I got like 10 boxes because that was a darn tootin' good deal. Use them for croutons. You can use them on top of tomato soup or French onion soup. You could use them on salads as croutons. These would be really good. For 50 cents a box, that's a good deal. The pork sausage right here is just the regular pork sausage. And we're just gonna put it in our pan and get this pre-cooked the day before. Gonna chop it up with my handy dandy meat chopper. And this will save me one step to do on Thanksgiving Day. All right, I got my sausage all cooked up and ready to go. So I'm gonna put it in a container in the fridge and it's all ready for tomorrow. Okay, so I totally messed up my pumpkin pie when I went to take out my apple. My pot holder got in there. But I put a knife in and see how it comes out clean. That's how I know my pie is done. Now for my apple pie over here, I put this tray underneath my apple pie because my apple pie was boiling over. You can see right there. It boiled over so it wouldn't make a huge mess in my oven. So that's what I did. All right, now I'm gonna stick these in the oven and let them dehydrate. All right, it is the night before. We are eating our Thanksgiving dinner around noon, give or take. Okay, I've had my turkey defrosting and hopefully it's all the way cooked, but I don't know if it is or not. We will see. If it's all the way defrosted, I mean. Did I say cooked? I'm really tired. Okay. There we go. Now we got turkey out. We are throwing away this nasty gravy packet. If we can get it out, hopefully. Okay, so I'm saving my giblets because I love giblet gravy. And, it's not all the way thawed. Oh my goodness. Now, if it's not all the way thawed, you can run warm water underneath. Okay, throwing away this gravy packet because it's nasty. And going to work the neck out, hopefully. This turkey neck does not want to be freed from its bondage. Ugh. Oh my goodness. If your neck doesn't want to be released from its bondage, run some hot water in there. Let it just soak for a minute. It'll loosen up. Get the stupid turkey apart. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm tired.
Can you let it sit for a few minutes?
I'm getting delirious. Okay. There we go. So here's the turkey neck. All right, hold on a second. So let me empty all this out. Now, people often criticize me for my cooking techniques. Let me tell you, I show you guys this because this is what happens to everybody. Okay, so now, here's all we do. We take a stick of butter, salted butter, put it in there. Here's the breast side. Turn it over, cover it with foil. No, you don't put anything else on it, okay? So Mike says that I need to explain. You can tell which side is the breast side that you want up is because it looks like a heart. See, it looks like a heart. Does it look like a heart?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how come you're putting it on the bottom then?
Because you want all the juices to go down into the breast meat. That's the driest part of the turkey.
So the heart part goes down.
The heart part goes down.
Gotcha. Okay,
now cover it tightly with foil, but I have this vintage 1950s turkey roaster that I got for $1 at a garage sale. Love this baby. If you ever find one, grab it. So, got it sealed. This recipe is in my Dining on Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 240. All right, we're going to stick this in the oven. It is 9 o'clock at night. Okay. And I was dehydrating my apples. So we are going to, oops, wait a minute. Put this on, what do I want to put it on? Because it's a small turkey. I'm going to put it on 220 and we're going to let that bake all night long. And that's it.
At 220? I thought you baked it lower.
Well, I do. I'm trying to decide if I should turn it down or not. I think I might put it like at 190. I think I'm going to do that. 190. I think I'm going to do that because that's a smaller one. But we're eating around noon, so it should be fine. Okay. Do I look like I've been doing cooking videos all day long?
Yep.
I'm tired. But that's why it's the easiest turkey recipe, because when you're tired, you can just throw this baby in the oven and forget it. Okay, so I've got my turkey and my giblets in here waiting to cook for tomorrow. We're just going to throw this in the fridge and cook it tomorrow. All right, it is the next morning. I put my turkey in at 9 o'clock at night, and it is 9:30 in the morning. Are we ready?
Yes.
Oh. Now, it looks like the turkey from, what was that, Griswold's? But let me tell you, this is not dried out like the movie. This is actually you can see it's shimmering, it's so moist.
Wow.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because we aren't eating till 5 o'clock tonight, I'm going to go ahead and take all the skin off and put my turkey in my platter here, and I'm going to put juice on it and cover it with foil. Okay, now let me tell you what to do for your turkey. This is a 15-pound turkey, and I cooked it for 12 hours on 205 degrees. I know I said 190 last night, but I decided to do 205 degrees. Why? Because that is the temperature of crock pots. So can't say that it was too, because I know every year I get comments, but it's fine, whatever. It is absolutely moist, absolutely delicious. And if you have the pointy thing should always be down. I don't know if I said that, but it should be down. That's where the breast is. If you have a larger turkey, just let it cook longer. But 12 hours should be more than fine, even for a big turkey. Now, if you're eating at 5 o'clock at night, you can put this in the morning, like at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it will probably be done by 5 o'clock at night. If at 3 o'clock in the afternoon it's not done yet or getting close, then just bump your temperature up to 350 and your turkey will be done. Okay? Now let me get all this in here. All right, then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a little bit of the turkey juice without a bone. Well, it just does not want to be freed from its bondage yet. And I'm gonna just drizzle it all over the top. Oh my goodness, all that yummy goodness. Okay, then if you're gonna be eating in 2 or 3 hours, I would just put this in the oven if you have room on low, but if you're cooking other things, just cover it with foil, put it in the refrigerator, and then about 30 minutes to an hour before you serve dinner, just put it in a 350-degree oven and warm it up, okay? So I'm gonna cover it up, and I'm gonna keep this for our dinner tonight. And I'm gonna go ahead and finish making Thanksgiving dinner so it'll be all ready. What do you do with the turkey carcass? My mom wraps hers up in foil because she doesn't have a big roaster like this with a lid. So she just takes the foil that's on top and puts all of this in the foil and freezes it for later so she doesn't have to deal with it on Thanksgiving. I personally love turkey soup the day after Thanksgiving. So what I do is I just put it straight in the crock pot, and we're going to fill this up, add salt, and we are going to make some of the best turkey broth you have ever eaten in your entire life. Oh, okay, there's my breakfast. And I do leave some of the meat to pick out for my turkey soup or my breakfast right now because I haven't eaten breakfast yet and I'm hungry. And this is just beyond tempting. Okay, let's go fill this up in the sink. And show my lovely fall decorations to you for Thanksgiving. Ooh. Does it feel like fall with the dead flowers?
It does feel like fall. All these colorful fall-y flowers here at the window.
Okay, we're done admiring. Okay, here we go. Here is our turkey soup. And we are just gonna let this simmer for 12 to 24 hours, just however long you got. And then we're going to have lovely turkey broth. Yum.
On low?
On low. I let it simmer on low. Yes, on low. All right, now for the gravy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through a colander just because I find it is easier. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. All right, now for giblets, you're going to put your neck and your giblets in. Wait, did I take them out of the package? I don't know if I took them out of the package. I didn't. It was late.
It's a boil in the bag kind of.
Yeah, boil in the bag. We'll do boil in the bag. There you go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to simmer this for a little bit with some salt. Okay, for your gravy, you want to take your cornstarch and put it in your water here. And I do just like 2 tablespoons. Then mix it around. Now this is how you make gravy without lumps, is you put it in cold water and let it dissolve in the cold water before you put it in the hot gravy, okay? Oops, didn't get totally dissolved. Okay, there we go. And there, we are going to turn this on and bring it to a boil. Now, let me test it and see if it needs salt. Because I'm sure it does. Yes, of course it does. Because the world needs more salt, people. Okay. Now, I'm gonna let this come to a boil, then we'll taste test it again. This recipe is in my Dining on Dime cookbook, volume 1, on page 240. I had a couple of bigger pieces get through my colander, so I just went through and got those out. Now we're almost to a boil. Now, if your gravy comes to a boil and it's not thick enough, just do another round of water and cornstarch, and put it in and let it just come back to a boil, and it'll thicken up, okay? So just do that 2 tablespoons at a time until it gets thick to the thickness that you like. Okay, I want mine a little bit thicker, so I'm gonna do another round of cornstarch. Let me get my water. Okay, since mine's not thick enough, I'm gonna add just a little bit more cornstarch. Get it all stirred up, and then I'm going to pour it in. Oops. Just bring it back to a boil. There, see how it's thickening up very nicely. All right, now we're gonna taste and see if it needs more salt. Of course it does. Why does it need more salt, dear?
Because the world needs more salt, people.
Amen. Okay, we're gonna test again. Oh, that is delicious. That is delicious.
You shouldn't say the world needs more salt. You should say the world needs more electrolytes, people. The world needs more electrolytes, people.
There you go. Okay, my grandma's homemade stuffing. Now, I got this for 50 cents last year on clearance, and I just need to use this one up. So what I'm gonna do is not use the dry bread. I am just going to make the store-bought stuffing mix taste like homemade. Tastes just like grandma's. Right here.
Yep. So you usually use the dry bread, but now you can just use this?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, because I got it for 50 cents. It's not worth the hassle of drying bread.
Cheaper than bread.
Okay. So there's all the bread. Here's my pork that I cooked up yesterday. And I totally forgot and used all of my gravy used all of my broth for gravy, so I'm just gonna go get some gravy. Put it in there, my eggs.
Is that pork sausage or just pork?
It is pork sausage. And my onion. If you don't like onion, you can use onion salt. Does my mother like stuffing? Do I leave the onion out for my mother?
Just don't tell her.
Oh, she'll know. She has the taste buds to know. Do I put in the onion or not? I guess I'll put in the onion. I will just tell her, don't eat it if you don't like onions.
Just tell her this part on the left doesn't have onions in it.
See, that's the son-in-law talking.
The son-in-law who loves onion.
You know, when you start getting older, you think, is this going to be the last Thanksgiving dinner I ever prepare? You start wondering those things.
You also wonder that when you get richer. Don't you look forward to that day?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. And my broth is super hot, so let me get my eggs all mixed in. Let me do it this way, actually. Recipe is in my Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 1, on page 186. I don't want to cook my eggs with my super hot broth, so I'm letting my broth cool off for just a minute. So let's see, got my sausage, then my butter. Now, you just adjust this to however you want it. So if you have more people coming, just double the recipe. If you have less, just halve the recipe. You don't have to, follow the recipe exactly. This is like a, how do you say it? This is adjustable. This is adjustable.
As I see you squeezing the butter like that, I think this is what kindergarten is preparing you for.
See, you got that, dear.
Making
You got
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is what kindergarten is preparing you for.
That's why I can't make it.
Because you didn't go to kindergarten.
Yes. Here's the sage.
Okay, can you pour the sage in for me? Because I forgot it.
Woo! How much do we put in?
A little bit more.
You know, Mike.
There, that's good, Bo.
Whoa, over seasoning everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, don't have
Wow.
my broth. Get that in there. Get this all mixed around.
Smells amazing.
Right, and I forgot salt and pepper if you want pepper. Okay, I'm not going to over salt this because I don't know how much salt the croutons have. Then you just mix all this together until everything is moist. Does it look moist?
Yep, it does look moist.
And if you need to add just a little bit more broth, you can. It's fine.
Oh, that looks amazingly good.
Okay, now the question is this pan big enough? I don't think that pan's big enough.
Some people put celery in this?
Yeah. People do put celery in it, and I would love to put celery in it because I love celery, but my family doesn't eat celery, so I am the only celery eater. Oh yeah, 9 by 13 for this amount. All right. Now we're going to put this in the oven and bake it. Do not put this in your turkey. You will get food poisoning. Cook your stuffing separately and you won't end up at a trip to the hospital for Thanksgiving, okay? Let's get this in the oven.
So that's why it always happens that way in the movies?
Yes, that's why it happens that way.
Wow, even though I dumped that, there's still quite a lot in there. This must be like that jar of stuff that Elijah and the widow had.
Are we having a Bible
Having a Bible moment?
lesson?
Yeah. Sage. It's funny because I saw the parsley and rosemary and thyme, and I'm like, where's the sage? I know in that song it all goes together.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. All together now. Remember me. You're supposed to say the one who lives there. He once was a good friend of mine. I sang that in madrigals in 11th grade.
Was it a good friend or a true love?
True love of mine. Okay, obviously don't remember 40 years ago. Almost 40 years
You
ago.
were a teenager. You shouldn't have.
35 years ago.
Shouldn't have had true love. You should have had a good friend.
35 years ago. Okay, let's see. What are we making now? Gotta make the mashed potatoes. Dave's going to get this for me. Potatoes. What else was I gonna make? There's something else I was making. Oh yeah, the sweet potatoes. Okay.
You're gonna make smoochie faces at your husband.
That's because this is the anniversary of our rehearsal dinner. And you were thinking, oh, is she worthy of me? And I was thinking, do I really want to get married? Was this the biggest mistake of my life?
Actually, I was thinking, I can't wait to try that cappuccino cream pie.
You're just want to get married to have the cappuccino cream pie. Thanks. Okay, got our yams. We are going to empty them into, there we go. Now, I am not making the sweet potato casserole that we normally make for Thanksgiving. I am making a different recipe this time. And I was just gonna make it up and I realized, wait a minute, it's on the back of the can. So.
You're making the can recipe?
I'm making the canned recipe because I wanted to make a marshmallow. I've never made marshmallow yams before.
Thanks, Bruce. Wait a minute. Are these the marshmallows that you had to stir for an hour to melt yesterday?
Yes, they are. Should have Dave pick me up new marshmallows too. All right, so I added another can of sweet potatoes because I love sweet potatoes and I want extras. All right, going to add my salt and my brown sugar. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And my butter. And just break it all up in here into pieces, just like so. So now we are going to mix this all around. Okay. Should have melted the butter probably, but oh well, it's fine. The butter police can come after me. I could use a few days vacation in jail. Not have to cook, not have to clean, not have to do anything. That would be great, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. See, I think people are overlooking the benefits of jail, maybe. Maybe us stay-at-home moms, or just moms in general, should really start thinking about this. So if you see a run on moms in jail, you'll know why. Okay, we're putting this in the oven to bake. All right, I got my marshmallows. I guess maybe I should look at the instructions on the can. What does it say? Place marshmallows side by side on top of casserole. So, gotta make them side by side. Maybe we'll do it like this. I don't like them like that. There, that's disturbing me. There we go. Now, if I make all different patterns, is that going to disturb the internet world? All right, I'm going to stick this back in the oven until they are toasty. All right, there is our stuffing. Does not look delicious. Ooh. Yum.
Yum, yum. Delish.
Okay, it is time for mashed potatoes. Now, I have 5, 6, 7 people I'm feeding tonight. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm just going to do up all these potatoes, okay? So you want about 1.5 potatoes per person, about 1 potato that's the size of your hand, or 1.5 if it's not the size of your hand, give or take. All right, now here's a little trick. Use the bag that the potatoes came in, and if you don't compost, peel it on here, and then you can just gather it up in one little thing. If you do compost, just lay out a thing of newspaper if you still have newspapers. Okay.
Or newspapers.
Well, newspapers are almost a thing of the past now. Well, some places still send a little county newspaper or city newspaper sometimes.
This would be more fun with the apple peeler.
Oh, let's try it.
I knew you would try it if I said that.
Oh, actually, would that work? Oh, that would work. Hold on. Okay. Tara's inventing something new, I'm sure.
Then you could make a breakfast food with it, with the peels.
Oh, that didn't work.
You didn't stick it on quite right.
I did.
It was.
The potato is just lopsided. So that won't work. Here, let's try it with a straight potato. Nope. Mistakes were made.
Pro tip: you can't use an apple peeler with potatoes.
Can't use apple peeler for potatoes. Okay, you get these all peeled, and then I'm going to show you my next tip. This is my mom's tip that saves a lot of time cutting up potatoes. All right, now if you don't compost, just take all your potato peels. Oops, and voila! Isn't that lovely?
It is lovely.
Okay, now we're going to rinse our potatoes. And let's see, what do we want to guess that I need to get a bigger pot? I think I do.
You mean because they're all sticking out the top?
Yes.
Or they get submerged in the water when they're sticking out the top of the pot?
Well, what happened was I was estimating for our family of 4 that's eating, and I wasn't doing the other 3 people that were going to be here, so that's why. Okay, so my mom's tip for cutting your potatoes is just quarter them, and then you don't have to cut them all in the little pieces of everything. This is an awful knife.
And so why?
Huh?
So why are you quartering them lengthwise?
So you don't have as much to cut.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because from a physics perspective, the heat gets to more surface area.
Well, yeah. I just assumed everybody knew that. Does everybody not know that? I guess not.
If you knew that,
Yeah, more
say
surface
I knew that
area.
in the comments.
Yeah, more surface area. Comment, I knew that.
If you didn't know that, say gee whiz in the comments.
And I won't judge you.
Because you're here to learn.
Yeah.
If you don't know what surface area is, click 1 in the comments.
All right, now we're gonna fill this with water. All right, and then we're going to bring it to a boil. And let it boil for about 10 minutes. Question is, why is the label, I think they do this on purpose for a reason. So it says open the other end. Okay.
Why is the label upside down?
Yeah, why is the label upside down? I think because somehow the suction of something or another, it pops out better if you do it that way. So let's see.
Wherever you got it, were they all upside down?
Yeah. Okay, so let's cut it in half to make it all pretty. I think there's a reason, because it comes out of the can better somehow.
Perfect cranberry sauce. Molded just like the can. The way I like it. What kind of nostalgia is there?
I don't know, but
If you have nostalgia about cranberry sauce in the can,
I don't.
post nostalgia, cranberry sauce nostalgia in the comments.
I don't have a big enough. I don't have a big enough container, but there we go.
Ooh. Almost looks like a dessert loaf.
Double. Here, I'm gonna even lick the knife.
What? What?
I love cranberry sauce. Oh, it's so delicious. Oh, it's Thanksgiving in October. Cranberry sauce is ready.
So October is when you celebrate Thanksgiving, where you come from?
No, when you're a YouTuber, you celebrate in October, so the algorithm has time to get the videos out.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, nobody will see your videos in time.
I thought it was in your country of origin.
The United States? I'm not from Canada. What do they eat for Thanksgiving in Canada anyway?
Don't know.
They didn't have the Pilgrims and the Indians like we do. Why do they have Thanksgiving in Canada? I don't know. Someone feel free to educate me. Why do you have Thanksgiving in Canada? I know you're thankful, but what are you thankful for? I don't know. I'm serious. I don't know. All right, I am making green bean casserole. Now you can see I got my green beans for 50 cents on clearance. And I need to get these. Ooh, I don't know if I should use those. Look, it's dinged on the side.
Yeah. Why did you think you shouldn't use them besides that?
No, because it popped. Did you hear the pop?
Oh, it did? I didn't hear the pop.
Let's see. Well, they look okay. They smell okay.
It wasn't poofed.
No, it wasn't poofed. See, it's not poofed either.
Did that one make a different noise?
It did not. This one didn't pop. Okay, I think they're good.
I didn't hear this one pop. Are you sure you want to use it?
So let me go ahead and, well, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, if you heard it pop, I don't know if I would use it.
Well, I did, but it looks fine. Let me see if I die. Hold on.
It'll take you a couple of...
It's fine for green beans. Okay, let's drain them. Wow, it doesn't want to stop, does it? Okay. Got green beans. And this is the Campbell's soup recipe. Now, my son picked up the wrong can of cream of mushroom soup. It should have been a half of one. Or I mean a, regular one, but it's fine. I will just use a half of one. It is not a big deal. And you know why he got the big one, Dad?
Because he was thinking about you.
He says, Mom always likes to have the big one because it's cheaper.
Oh.
That does not look right.
Well, if you're worried about it, we should get new ones before you pour the soup on it.
Okay, that doesn't look right. Okay, I'm not going to take my family's chance. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't. Okay, now the question is, do I have green beans still?
No. So the dent can be a sign. If the can was poofed, you definitely wouldn't want to open it.
Here's another one that's dented.
What's the date on these? How expired are they?
2023. So they're not horrible, not for canned food.
I'm just concerned because that one's dented too.
Well, yeah. 2023 isn't a long, it's only 2 years. What in the heck is wrong with these?
They might have just been a cheap brand to begin with. I think we should get some different ones.
Okay. It's better to throw away $1.50 worth of green beans than to end up at the hospital with food poisoning, right?
Yep.
Okay. My green beans drained now. For those of you who don't know, use a knife to pull your can lid out so you don't cut yourself. Oops.
Much better.
Or just shake it out. There you go. Yeah, that was right. Okay. All right, then I'm using one 10-ounce can. This is the big can. So I'm not using all of it. Then my soy sauce milk and French onions.
You mix them in it, or you chop them with it?
I wasn't mixing them in it. I'm just following the recipe. I don't know. I never made this before. Much to your demise. Michael loves green bean casserole, and I've never made it. Well, maybe I did one year. I don't know. All right, get this all mixed together. Okay, so let's see. How do I do this? 25 minutes. Okay. Bake for 5 minutes. Okay. All right. So bake this first. Holy cow, you think that's gonna fit in here?
Nope. Well, maybe. You bake this one? Oh yeah, right. You do bake it. Is that too much?
That might be too much. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna throw this in the oven and bake it. Taking my glazed carrots, now I have some water in here. And putting in my carrots. And I'm going to let my water steam my carrots until they're just slightly cooked because they're not in slices. Okay, so I'm gonna let that come to a boil and let that steam my carrots. All right, to test your mashed potatoes, stick a knife, and if it goes in easy, they're done. Now mine are resisting just slightly, so I'm gonna leave it about, I don't know, 5-6 more minutes. Okay.
What?
Okay, I knew I couldn't get out of Thanksgiving without one catastrophe.
Well, at least it's still not dropping off yet. If you get it out quick
Okay.
enough.
Oh man, how do I do this? I know. Ugh.
Still looks really good though. You think it's done?
Okay, yeah, it's done. It's just
Wow. That's some good stuff right there.
blocked.
I'll take a corner piece.
You want the... I've never made sweet potatoes with marshmallows.
What?
I have not. Okay.
So we'll start over here.
Okay, we're checking potatoes. Oh, yeah, see how my knife just slides right in there? Okay, we're gonna drain these, then we'll mash them.
Do you need a colander?
Now, here is the secret ingredient. It is sugar. Put it in there. Don't laugh. Don't say I don't know what I'm talking about. You will have the best mashed potatoes you ever ate in your entire life if you add my mom's secret ingredient of just a titch of sugar. All right, and a good amount of salt. butter.
Butter.
Everything tastes better with butter.
Butter. Butter lovers.
They're pretty patterned. Now, to make your mashed potatoes ahead of time, just make them up, put them in a crock pot on warm, and they will be perfectly fine for Thanksgiving dinner, but you can make them up several hours ahead of time. All right, it looks like my carrots are, yep, they're there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this on high and let the water boil off. All right, I didn't feel like waiting for the water to boil off, so I dumped it in. Now, got my butter and my brown sugar and my cinnamon. All right, and so then we're gonna cook this until they are glazed. Nice and glazed. Oh, yum. Okay, we're gonna bring this to a boil and let the butter and brown sugar reduce, and it'll make a nice glaze. All right, see that nice glaze happening? Ho, 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 makes our candy carrots. This recipe is in my Diane Dime Cookbook, Volume 1, on page 152. Oh my goodness. Oh, yum. Man, this is one of the first recipes I ever made for you. You probably don't even remember.
Candy carrots?
Yep.
I don't remember.
It was easy and I could do it. Because I didn't know how to cook when we first got married. My mother tried to teach me. To her defense, I did not want any part of it because I was going to be a single independent woman. But then you came along, my love, and I could not resist your irresistible wiles.
Aww.
You were just so handsome.
Wow.
And wooed me. Did you woo me?
I must have. Were you wooed?
I was wooed. And then we got married and I thought, we can't eat out every night. I got to figure out how to cook. All right. Oh my goodness, those look so delicious. Yum.
Yum.
All right, so our son found what? Read it, son.
Canada celebrates Thanksgiving to give thanks for the harvest and other blessings, with its origins linked to both Indigenous and European traditions of giving thanks for a successful harvest. The holiday's history includes the 1578 celebration by Martin Frobisher for his safe arrival and a 1872 national holiday to celebrate the Prince of Wales' recovery from illness. It was officially established as a national holiday in 1879, and the date was set to the second Monday in October in 1957 to allow for outdoor activities before winter sets in.
Wow, that doesn't sound like it would make a very good Charlie Brown cartoon.
That just doesn't really compute very well in my brain, but if I read it a few more times, I might get it.
I don't know.
So did they copy us or did we copy them?
So with the Prince of Wales, I just think of Prince Charles.
I was going to say, is that
Who's
Prince
King
Charles?
Charles now, yes. Somebody else is Prince of Wales now.
Well, that would be his son,
Yeah.
William.
Is it William?
I don't know. But did they copy us or did we copy them? That's the question.
I don't know.
All right, here's my green bean casserole. Sprinkle these on top.
Wow.
All right, throw it back in there for just a few minutes. All right, and there is my green bean casserole. Are you excited to dig in?
Yes, ma'am.
I only have one saucepan now, so I am going to transfer my gravy into this cool little saucepan thing. Isn't this cute? I got this at the thrift store for $3. And now it's going to be my gravy warming
That is cute.
saucepan. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay.
Is it like a teapot or a coffee pot or something?
No, I think it's actually for gravy.
Huh.
I don't know. Somebody tell me what this pot is. All right, for my giblet gravy, I've got my egg perfectly hard-boiled. I'm going to cut that up. Now, my mom and I are the only ones who eat giblet gravy, so I am going to just cut this for us, and then just take your turkey guts, cut them all up, just like so. And every time we hear giblet gravy, what do we think of, dear?
That guy in the movie.
What movie?
Trapped in Paradise.
One of our favorite Christmas movies. Do not watch it with your children. There's language all over. There's no inappropriate sexual stuff, but oops, there is language, and there is giblet gravy. Oh, yum! Yum. Hold on. Let me clean up my mess today. I just got too excited and dumped gravy all over because I just can't wait to eat it. Got my special whipped cream here. All right, here's how I decorate this. See, it's nice and set up. Oh, doesn't that look yummy? Except I didn't cover up my mistake here. So since I didn't cover up my mistake, there you go. YouTube videos, gotta love them. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yum. All right, here's my pumpkin pie. So as I was taking the apple pie out, I accidentally hit the side of it with my pot holder. So take my trusty, you will die if you touch my whipped cream for cooking videos. This is how we cover it up.
Oh, I thought you were putting it in one spot.
Yum. Gotta love pumpkin pie. All right, here is my apple snack. Oops. I'm trying not to mess up my lipstick. This is so darn too good, it's not even funny. These I will throw in for potpourri with cinnamon sticks. And these I'll just bag up and eat it as a snack. Yum. Man, gonna eat it as a snack right now. Oh, I haven't had breakfast yet. Yum. Because I'm using those for potpourri. All right, there we go. Yum. All right, this is our Thanksgiving dinner. What do you think, dear?
Looks delish.
Yay. Now we're gonna dig in. Visit us at livingonadime.com for Thanksgiving dinner under $40.